Good afternoon, and thank you so much for joining us today. I am Amber Miller, your hostess for Thursdays with AARP Wisconsin. If you are joining us live, feel free to ask questions throughout the show on our Facebook.com page or our YouTube page. We'll have some fabulous guests coming up. But of course, before that, please also make sure that you visit our AARP Wisconsin website for upcoming events, especially coming up in the new year, information about advocacy, the booster shot, anything that you could think of that is found at the AARP Wisconsin website, which is aarp.org/WI. Please also remember the AARP Community Connections Initiative, which launched last year. There's a couple different things on this website, but one is if you're looking for local volunteer opportunities within your neighborhood, they could be posted there. And if you're also looking to create your own volunteer opportunities, so for instance, neighborhood cleanup, you could post something there and get your own group together for that. And then also the AARP Friendly Voice Initiative. This is free. It is open to all ages. You do not need to be an AARP member for it, but you could put a request in for yourself or for your loved one if you would like to talk to one of our trained AARP volunteers, because sometimes it's nice just to hear a friendly voice on the other end. So if you're looking for more information on either of those, you can go to the website below, which is aarpcommunityconnections.org, or by calling 1-888-281-0145. And even though we are living in a virtual world, we're always looking for valuable volunteers to join us at the AARP Wisconsin family. So if you're interested in learning more about the opportunities, or if you're looking to even apply online, you can visit the website below, which is aarp.org/I-want-to, so the number 2 volunteer. Otherwise, you can find this information also on the AARP Wisconsin website. So you might not have known that December is National Write a Business Plan Month, which encourages anyone thinking about starting or growing their business to move forward with this valuable plan. Because if you don't know, a business plan really is the roadmap to your success. So we have 2 guests with us today. We're going to start with our first guest, Lily Dykstra with Dystart. I did it again, Lily. I'm so sorry. With BizStarts, which is a nonprofit out of Milwaukee. Thank you so much for joining us, Lily.
Thank you for having me, Amber.
Absolutely. And Lily, I kind of want to frame out how AARP Wisconsin has worked with BizStarts, because our viewers, this might be the first time they've ever heard of BizStarts, but we had the opportunity to collaborate with BizStarts on a really great sponsorship related to a business planning boot camp that was held over like 6 or 7 Saturdays. So talk about commitment from a small business owner to take on Saturday mornings. And then also a pitch competition, which there were some students that were picked out of the boot camp that were able to kind of pitch their idea to some judges, some local judges out of the Milwaukee area. So that's how we were connected, and we're going to talk a little bit about also the business planning boot camp and also the pitch competition. And we have the first place winner here, which I'm really excited. I had the pleasure of talking with her before the show, and she just has really just good spirit. And when you're an entrepreneur, that's so important, because stress, and you have a lot on your plate, and sometimes it's hard to find those really good moments. So we will be talking with her shortly. So Lily, for our viewers who don't know about BizStarts, can you tell us a little bit about BizStarts and what you guys do there?
Of course. So, BizStarts is a nonprofit that helps people and entrepreneurs in underserved areas start their own business. We work one-on-one doing coaching with entrepreneurs, and we also have speakers come in and talk about different aspects of starting a business. And so, like each month, we have someone come in and talk about a specific topic. Next month, we're having someone talk about how to grow sales for your company. So it's just a bunch of different tidbits that you may need to know. We also have the BizStarts Institute, which Amber was talking about. That is a 6-week program that touches on just like everything you need to know to start a business. It was created by Professor Michael Morris from Notre Dame. He has done this overseas. He's done this in Florida, New York, and his program is just a very successful way to help people start their own businesses. The boot camp and the entrepreneurial boot camp that we do, or the BizStarts Institute, talks about the topics that they cover are business basics, economics and accounting, planning and thinking strategically, managing your risk, getting resources when you don't have any, and marketing and operations. So we touch on basically everything you need to know to start a business. And then we also offer the entrepreneurial mindset training. And a big thing about starting your own business is your mindset. So we have that to help you start off your business. So that's a little bit about BizStarts.
Yeah, you guys definitely do a lot, and you guys have so much, impact within the city and county of Milwaukee. But I know there's entrepreneurs all around the state that might be watching this, thinking, "Well, the BizStarts isn't near me." So I definitely would recommend looking at the Small Business Administration website, the SBA, which will also talk about resources for you if you're not around the location of BizStarts. And what is the area that you guys cover, Lily?
So we cover the Milwaukee area, I believe. So we're based on the boot camp this Saturday morning. Boot camps are at St. Anne Center for Intergenerational Care on the north side of Milwaukee. But next year we are looking to do one of these programs on the south side. So the St. Anne has 2 locations, one on the south side, one on the north side. So we were going to also offer one there. But we have had people drive up from Chicago to attend the boot camp. So we don't really limit it to a specific zip code. If you want help with your business, we will help you. It's just really if you want to drive that far.
And I know that you guys have capability of doing Zoom, especially when it comes to the like one-on-one coaching, which I know is really important. And so, Lily, with December being National Write a Business Plan Month, which I'm obsessed with business plans. I came from a world of helping entrepreneurs. My nickname was the Business Plan Whisperer.
Wow.
I love them. I
What a
think there's
nickname.
just so yeah. I should have gotten it tattooed because I was like, oh, that's a really sweet business. That's a really sweet nickname. So, why do you think a business plan is so important for the success of a startup or a growing? There's a lot of businesses who are already, up and running, but they don't have a business plan. What is your take on that?
So I'm not an entrepreneur, but I have worked with many of them. So that's just my first disclaimer. But business plans are basically your blueprint for creating a business, and it can just help you, honestly, just to organize your ideas at first, and then to set long and short-term goals. And when you make a business plan, it brings more clarity. And when it's time for your business, maybe it's grown enough and you're looking for investors, to present that to them, saying like, here's my business, this is what I do, this is every aspect of it. And that will help them understand your business, and it'll also help you understand your business because there's so much that goes into it.
Correct. And I find it interesting. And I also have never been an entrepreneur. I always admire folks who can start a business because it's such a big risk. And I'm not a risk taker. I'm the first one to admit that. Like, you won't catch me doing anything risky ever. But I love, when people have these really great ideas, they wake up with them and thinking, oh, maybe this is something I can do, or I've been doing this hobby or side business for many years. How can I start this as a business? And I think the business plan is so important because it also will show, is there a need for your business? Is there oversaturation of the market? Will your business be profitable? That's always helpful. You want to, make money and ensure that you can pay yourself. But it really is a blueprint. That's something you can look at monthly, reflect on, and especially because we know since COVID, small businesses have really been hurting, changing their business model. And if they were retail, now going online, and the business plan to me is just so important.
Mm-hmm. I also want to add that on the BizStarts website, if you go to bizstarts.com and then you click the Entrepreneurs tab, there is a business model canvas that we have. And on there, just a couple of things that has like breakdown of your customers, the problem you're solving, the solution, message, benefit, costs, like distribution, just everything you need to know. It's laid out. So if you don't know where to start with the business plan, but know you need to make one, the business model canvas is a really good resource to go to.
And I will also plug for our viewers, if you're over the age of 50 and you're thinking about starting or growing a business, and it could be for a couple different reasons. One is maybe extra income, maybe you're underemployed or unemployed. AARP has a whole slew of information on the website for the work for yourself at 50 plus, which the website is below. Information is similar to what Lily was talking about, marketing of your business, how to start a business, things to think about. Should I be an LLC? Should I be a sole proprietor? All that information, because you might have a really fabulous idea, but you just don't know where to start. And I do believe there's so many resources out there, not just through BizStarts and the Small Business Administration, but also through AARP. And I personally, when I go onto that website, there's also a lot of information on there, even if you're not over the age of 50. So if you know of somebody who is looking to start or grow their business, I would definitely encourage you to point them into the direction of all these resources that we're talking about. And Lily, you do work with entrepreneurs, quite a bit through BizStart. So what advice would you give to someone who is looking to start a business? They just woke up and are like, I have this really great idea. What advice would you give to them?
So I just want to start off saying that starting business takes a lot. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of money. The biggest thing I think is that you should take some time for your mental health. You may be also working your job and trying to start a business at the same time, but set some time aside for yourself. And also something that I've seen people do is they make trades with other businesses in the community. So if you send out a newsletter that goes to a bunch of people, you can trade ad space for printing or consulting or something like that. So if you have a commodity or something that is valuable to other people, try and trade it for something so that you aren't spending all of your money on a specific thing, and you can
I know exactly what you mean. It can be very pricey to start a business. If you could think of creative ways to barter or work with other businesses, definitely will help you. And before we bring on the pitch competition winner, I wanted to, Darren, if you would be so kind to bring up the photo. So Lily, if you could talk a little bit about this photo, who's in it? And I know this was just from maybe 2 or 3 weekends ago with the actual pitch competition. If you could talk a little bit about the photo.
Yeah, so we had our pitch competition after one of our first Saturday's events. So when the speaker came in to talk, so afterwards we had everyone, the whole community was there, and 5 entrepreneurs were able to pitch their ideas based on the business model canvas that they filled out. So we had Chandra in the middle, who was representing her and Amani, who's coming on later for their fruit business, who they're bringing fruits and good food to food deserts, and just trying to ignite passion of eating healthy in the community. We had Darren Gaines on the left, he is tutoring, like language. Sorry, his business is tutoring and teaching people how to learn, or teaching people how to speak a new language over. It's all over like Zoom and like all virtual, so that's awesome. And we have Malaya Roper, who is the fourth, or so second from the right. She is creating um, a business that is helping, or not helping. She's creating a business that has dolls that represent different skin tones and different hair textures, so that a lot of different people can see themselves in the toys that they play with, which is really important for girls growing up in their confidence. Um, and then the other two businesses were Deathly Threads, which is a custom uh, alterations and like creating really cool outfits. And then also Laisha Barkley is helping people with credit literacy. So those were the five businesses that pitched, and they all had amazing pitches, and it was so cool for them to get up on stage. It was like Shark Tank. And of course, we have Patrick in the middle, who's not holding a certificate, but that is our executive director, and he does so much for the community and BizStarts. So it was just a really awesome day.
And the pitch competition, of course, I mean, not only did the students or attendees have to do the actual boot camp, but the pitch competition was a nice opportunity to, not only practice their elevator speech, but there actually was a monetary prize. So that is a great segue to bring on the first place winner, Amani, with creative fruits, and you are not pictured in the photo we just showed, but your business partner is, and we want to say congratulations, because if I'm not mistaken, the first prize winner received, Lily, help me,
$5,000.
$5,000, which to me is, if anybody gave me $50, I would be super excited. But $5,000 for a business is amazing, and I just want to say congratulations to you and your business partner. And with that, Amani, can you talk a little bit about the business? I know we were talking before the show just about it, but it just sounds really intriguing. If you could share with our viewers what your business is.
Sure, sure. But thank you so much. It was a fruity pleasure and a fruity honor to be able to win and be able to pitch our fruity business here. So, what we actually do is we are a mobile company where I specialize in carving fruits into anything that you can imagine for events of all kinds. And so we can replicate that model and to be able to come into the communities and the neighborhoods that are food deserts and be able to provide fresh fruit in a creative way for them right at their doorstep. So our motto is really to try and get a fleet of them out like ice cream trucks. So we will come down your streets like the ice cream trucks and have fresh fruit though. So we'll have an arrangement of fruit kebabs, fruit cups. We even have fruit nachos. So you have to come and try. And then
Absolutely.
even from the truck, we will be able to pull up to different organizations and be able to provide fruit art classes for the youth as well so that they can play with fruit and then enjoy it as well.
And Darren, could we bring up the next photo? This is Amani's business partner and a photo of her doing the pitch, which I love that it was so visual with like the food truck. If you could talk a little bit about like how you guys came up with the idea.
Okay, so that's an easy one. So Chandra actually does fresh pressed juices, and I am the carving specialist, where I am one of actually 25 African American fruit artists in the United States. And
Oh,
so I can carve anything into the watermelons. And so I really started as, going to different organizations and teaching kids and doing them for the events and branched off into parties to where it started to really build up the drive like, oh my God, this is amazing. And then to add on the different components, it's just been building and building and building. I mean, I have people now reaching out to me from different states and actually even outside of the United States that want to partner as well, to be able to tap into everything that we're doing. And we can actually even go out of town and do the same thing. We've had bookings out of town to come and do events as well for parties.
And I know you also mentioned before the start of the show that you actually will be having your brick and mortar business opening in May, which will be on the north side of Milwaukee. So if you could talk a little bit about that and how exciting that is.
Sure. Creative Fruits is so excited to be selected as one of the tenants going into the Granville Connection that will be opening the first week of May. And so we will have the whole studio there. We'll be able to host classes as well. And then you'll be able to come on a whim and get fresh fruit cups, or you can place your orders for platters for corporate events or for birthday parties. I mean, even for the kids, we can carve Minnie Mouse, Mickey Mouse, anything
Wow.
for the kid events as well. And then you'll be able to have a place to come and pick up as well. And then while you're also there, you can see all of the other tenants that are in the space as well. It's like our own little mall.
Yeah, it's like your own little oh, I can't think of the word, but I don't like to say one-stop shop, but it's definitely going to be a destination not only to see creative fruits and all the goodness that you do, but also supporting other businesses.
Yeah.
And Amani, when you were in the boot camp, you and your business owner, what are some tidbits of information that you took away that you think that you can implement into the success of your business?
I don't know if we have enough time because there was so many. But the biggest ones that I took away is I would most definitely say working on the pricing, engaging that, and knowing your numbers,
Yeah,
because that is, I think, every other business owner that I've talked to and come in contact with is, if they were a bit more advanced or wherever they were in their business, it was know your numbers. And then the ones that were in a different space, they were like, I'm scared of looking at my numbers. I just swipe and all of that. So
yeah,
my biggest thing was that I really tapped into focusing in on the numbers and the financial to be able to see what we're making, what are the costs of different fruits, and especially the pricing, because with creative fruits, the pricing is so different. Because like right now we're in the winter season, so there are different fruits that are out of season. So what that means is that the cost goes up. So we have to be able to play with all of that. And that was one of the biggest things that I took away. And also taking time for yourself and
yeah,
marketing, and social media, not being afraid to, I mean, at the end of the day, we are the face of our brand. And so we can't be afraid to show ourselves and just be who we are. And that's why I just give all of this fruity personality, because it's just who I am. And that brings you in so that you're ready and willing and you're curious about indulging into the fruity experience.
I love it because it does encourage me to eat more fruit in general.
Yes.
Amani, what advice would you give to a budding entrepreneur that is watching this video right now, just super inspired? And what advice would you give he or she about next steps?
My advice would be to um, balance. Most definitely balance and discipline. And I say all of that because I have lupus, and I was diagnosed when I was actually 11. So I have my two children, and they're my miracle babies because I was told that I would never be able to have children. Um, so they're watching. And if they're watching, I know everybody else along in the world is watching, and they look up to me. So to really show them that no matter what life throws at you, still go for it, try it. Make it work for yourself. Me working in an office space or a 9 to 5 is totally fine for certain people, but not for me. So I had to create my own lane, my own atmosphere, and everything. So you have to find what fits for you. You can't put your, just like Cinderella, you can't put your foot in that shoe. So you
Yeah,
have to just make your own space and create your own lane, and not be afraid to be creative if somebody tells you, oh, I don't think that's good, because that's where inventions happen. They just might not have never known it. So just be creative, be open minded in the balance, because from even for me, I have to balance from my health, my mental health. I have to balance from being a mother and then a business owner and then just being a person in general.
Yeah.
And that's another reason why I love it and just have so many different calendars and planners. So I would most definitely say that that would be the biggest thing, is the balance and just being an inspiration to people and just being creative and open minded.
And Amani, if our viewers right now, or if they're watching this live or in replay, how can they find you? If you want to plug either your website or your Facebook page?
Sure. Well, my Facebook page is Imani Rain, and
Okay.
the last name is Creative Fruits. And then my website is really easy. It's www.creativefruits.com. And of course, everybody can reach out on my website, on my social media, and on Instagram. It's the Fruits Lady with a Z on fruit on there. Um, and so you can reach out, find the different specials where we'll be popping up, or even different contracts that we have, or different events that you can come out and be a part of, and even to keep updated with the Granville Connection opening.
Absolutely. Well, Amani, I just want to say congratulations again on being the pitch competition winner, first prize.
Thank
And Lily,
you.
thank you so much and for everything that BizStarts does, and especially celebrating National Rate of Business Plan Month. So if one of your New Year's resolutions is like next year is going to be the year where I really start maybe looking at moving the needle about starting my own business, I definitely want to encourage you to, reach out to BizStarts or the Small Business Administration, work for yourself at 50 plus through AARP Wisconsin, and maybe we will have another success story just like Amani and Creative Fruit. So we appreciate both of you ladies being here, and I definitely will be supporting your business, Amani, as soon as you guys open in May.
Thank you
Awesome.
so
It'll be a
much.
fruity pleasure. And thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. It was a fruity honor. Thank
Thank you
you.
so much. Thank you so much, ladies. And if you are looking for upcoming events, normally we give you a list, but because it's near the holidays, we encourage you to look at the AARP website, whether it's the Wisconsin one or the national one, for upcoming information on virtual events that you can partake in. Small dollar, big impact. We will be bringing that initiative back for 2022. So the next application due is Tuesday, January 18th. And if you recall, this is small grants of up to $1,000. So if you're a nonprofit or a municipality looking to do something creative, impactful within your community, we encourage you to visit the website below. And fill out the application. It's a pretty short application, but we would love to hear more of your ideas. Next application is due January 18th. For next week's show, I'm super excited. So, Sam Wilson, reflections as the Wisconsin AARP state director. So he has been our state director for the past 10 years. He's been with AARP, if I'm not mistaken, closer to 20. He did receive a promotion, so he's our regional vice president, but we thought it would be great just to grab some time with him about his time being the state director for AARP Wisconsin. So it's my pleasure that we get some FaceTime with him. So that will be a pre-recorded show, but you can join us back here December 23rd at noon on our Facebook page. So I want to thank so much for our guests today. Love talking about entrepreneurship. You guys are the backbone of the community, and thank you to BizStarts. We look forward to seeing you soon, and until then, be safe and stay warm. Take care.